Alright. Poor guy. What did he do to deserve that? I feel bad for these guys I'm murdering horribly. Although I'm a dragon, so I guess I shouldn't. Good morning, Quanta. Good morning, more cowbell. Be free! Be free! Why are all the fairies Tinkerbell? I was wondering that earlier, too. I guess this is fantasy makeup land, or make-believe land, or whatever.
Fairies are always on your side, Spyro.
Right. Why? Hello, Annie Lee. What's up? God, you know, I was thinking to myself the other day, I would hate to see a speed... Well, I would hate to do a speedrun of this 100%. Like, the amount of memorization and routing that would have to go into that is nuts. Well, I mean, everything is better than N64 Zelda fairies. Even the other various Zelda fairies. Good morning, Winterfiend. Happy Monday. Hopefully. Ah. Who comes up with these trophies? Hello, Huthor.
Thank you for releasing me.
You're welcome. I'm with Javan. You can kind of tell the moment they stopped having ideas to... Oh, look at her face. She's all worried. She's got this, like, no... Don't worry. Be free. I free you with fire. I come with fire. I come with axes. Burning night. Not burning. Biting, hacking, chopping, destroying. Hi, Hazardous. And hello, Zero. Hello, Sakage. Hello, Superman. How can Superman bear nothing, though? Oh, God damn it. Did it not update again? I've been having so many issues with this lately. Premiere run. Spyro Reignited. Stupid thing. I should just use the plugin from now on and just say screw it. The plugin seems to work. Theoretically. Good morning, Platy. Also known as the Cheesecake Maker. So I've been wondering something weird, Platy, and you can decide not to answer me if you'd prefer. Do you bake in real life? Hi, Dakota. Let's go this way. Okay, that's what I thought. This is the backtrack. Well, there's... Did I miss something? That's the key. I was just curious. Sis says I should make my own pizza, and I'm actually thinking I will for one of the hors d'oeuvres sequences. You know, get my own pizza dough, add my own toppings, that kind of thing. Why is that hazardous? I'm stuttering all over the place this morning. Hey, Loner. Did I say hi? God. That's true, Superman Prime. Once I have my own pizza, no one will be able to stop me this time. I'm on the PS4, Ruth Pillig. To my knowledge, the only way to play this at the moment, at least for another few months. 5 more months? Something like that. Yeah, I know who Rich is. I mean, I've never interacted with him, but I know who he is.
Ah, Spyro, thanks. Supercharge will get you to new places here in Lofty Castle, too. See where it takes you.
That's Cam Clark. Well, yeah, you can buy... damn it. So, yeah, the Switch and PC version are coming out September 3rd, I want to say? Something like that. Okay, this doesn't lead anywhere new. Why'd you make me do that? It was worthless. Worthless, I say. I am very excited for this upcoming game. No, I'm kidding. I doubt he sounded like that. I'll admit, sometimes it's hard for me to actually have real enthusiasm. Mostly because I'm either tired or cynical. Take your pick. Good morning, Jason Bauer. Like, that Trials of Mana thing... That was extremely real. That was just, oh my god, they're actually doing that. Up, dip, whip. And then I caught myself because, you know, I don't like to... I try really hard not to yell on camera. That's amusing, Superman. I didn't know that. Yeah, honestly, so far, my opinion on Spyro 1 is that it's a chill game. It's a game you play just to be like, yeah, okay. No real stakes, no real significance, no big plot, no depth to it in gameplay or in story. It's just kind of there. I've given 4 hypothetical pluses to it, and honestly, I can't think of any past that. And I doubt I will. But at the same time, I haven't really thought of any substantial gameplay negatives. Like, what is here is quite competent, it's just simple. Like, there are things I could complain about. Again, lack of depth and lack of complexity. As Javan was so accurately pointing out, there's a lack of gameplay rhythm to the design of it. But other than that, what do you guys think? Because we're closing in on the end game of Game 1 here, by the way. We're 1 world away from beating the game. So then we'll switch over to 2. No, I don't think being a dragon puppy is a story plus. I mean, he hasn't even told me if people exist or not. And there we go. We are now capable of beating the game. Now, we're not going to rush to the end game. We're still going to check out the levels. But all we needed was those 6,000. Well, sucks to be him, Black Val. Shouldn't have been in my way. Poor guy. I'm not sure there is a progression mechanic. There's actually another interesting thing about this. You'll notice everything was unlocked right at the beginning, at least as far as abilities for us. The only thing that could be argued to be any kind of additional kit was the charge ramp, which is, limited to terrain, basically. And that's kind of it. Oh, you mean literal progression. That actually would have been pretty cool. If you could have decided, okay, I want to collect gems to progress, or I want to collect dragons to progress, or I want to collect eggs to progress, allowing yourself to choose. God dang it. What your method of progression would have been pretty nice. We don't need 100%, no. Like I said, we, as of right now, could go beat the game. As of this very second. The last barrier is 6,000 gems, and we're past that. Now, there is, of course, the 100%ing, but shrug. I've already made my opinion on that pretty clear. See, I will say that once again... yes, you do have to get eggs to progress, dragons to progress, and gems to progress separately. At different points. I will say that for me, and this is just my opinion on this, I don't mind 100%ing. I don't mind collectathoning. Like, I kind of enjoy 100%ing, but only if the 100%ing is enjoyable, if that makes any kind of sense. Or if I happen to be particularly committed to a game. Wow, looks like a pain. I like to use WoW as an example, believe it or not. There's a lot of achievements in WoW that I will never get, because screw that noise. And then there's some achievements in WoW that I've gone out of my way to get because they're fun. They were enjoyable. Yeah, exactly, hazardous. I mean, granted, at some point or another, 100% is going to become a bit of a grind. There's not really a lot of avoiding that. But at the same time, there are things a developer can do to vary it up, or make it more of an enjoyable loop, or make it rewarding, or make it get better, or something. You know, there's options there. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, no kidding, Dakota. These enemies suck, too. Oh my god! It worked, Cloud. It worked! Insert Anakin quote from episode 1. Pretty much everything about Berenzia, Gum Gum. Now, I actually don't remember what you wanted to put that towards, more cowbell. And I don't remember if I already wrote it down. So tell me real quick, so I can, you know, do that. Tires of Time, that was it, that was it. Or Tower of Time, whatever. You know, plurals, singulars, whatever.
Any advice before this battle?
Advice? A wise dragon once told me aim high in life, but watch out for flying boxes.
Huh?
Flying box. Oh, bullcrap. I just realized this is a boss. For certain definitions of the word. This was a boss. Yeah. The only thing I've thought of that might constitute a full negative is the bosses, because they're, like, bad. They're just universally bad. The only way that they aren't a complete definitive negative is that they're optional. Like, obviously, other than the last one. Yeah, they're boring. They're easy. There's nothing to them. They don't even fulfill the overall collectathon mentality. They're just kind of like, well, here's a boss. You can tell it's a boss because he takes more than one hit.
Hello, Spyro. Nicely done. I'll be done when I've toasted that nasty Nork.
Poor Nork. What did he ever do, man? Nork got a bad rap, I'm telling you. Of course not, Gum Gum. I have a brain. Hey, what's up? Alright, what can I shoot? Looks like nothing, actually. Well, thank you, Seth. Excuse me, Seth MT. It's funny, because I always have trouble articulating my thoughts. But it is nice to feel appreciated. Thank you. Yeah, well, whatever. Let's go move on, I guess. Oh, wait, there's a world I didn't do. Let's head over here. Whee. I'm actually not sure where it's going to put me. Ah, over here. That works. I was going to let him live when he kicked me. Now he's dead. Rest in peace, dumb face. What do you guys think? Do you think the bosses deserve a negative? I'm honestly curious of your thoughts. Because it's the only thing I've thought of so far in this playthrough that would constitute a negative. Because like I said, actually Hazard has said, but like several people have said, simplicity is not a negative. Unless it's bad, unless it detracts from the game. Well, that's kind of my point, Huthor. Like, if they were badly designed... So, there's a lot of ways these bosses could have been much worse than they are. For example, let's say that in between each you can hit them phase, there's a nice, huge chunk of time, like 10, 30, 40 seconds, when they're invincible. So, that would have sucked, because then it would have been boring, easy, or excuse me, then it would have been easy and boring. Nothing they could have done to make them worse is to make them mandatory. Another thing they could have done to make them worse is make it so that, let's say for example, instead of 3 hits they need 15. No variation in pattern or combat style, just you have to hit them 12 more times. What am I supposed to do here? Never mind. We're good. We're good. Oh, wow. Dang it. I didn't even see him. Probably the Turians in that case, Gumgum. The Krogans are pretty much a universal threat to any other race, so... What games from the PS1 N64 era would I say have good bosses? God dang it. I actually can't think of any off the top of my head, which is probably kind of sad, but whatever. Metal Gear Solid 3? Yeah, that doesn't count. Oh, he did say like this? Damn. They would destroy them. Come. Utterly and completely. A game like Spyro with good bosses. Yes, conventionally. I've never played Crash Bandicoot. I mean, depends on which version of the Reapers we're using here, Gum Gum, if we're being honest. Since consistent storytelling is apparently not BioWare's forte. Who knew?
Hey, Spyro. All dragons know there's magic in a fairy's kiss. See what it can do to your power of flame.
Is it Cam Clark again? Not that I'm complaining, I like Cam Clark. Oh, you asshole. Alright, help me out. What are some games like this? Because I can't even think of any. I mean, there's Mario 64, which didn't exactly have good bosses. I mean, it barely had bosses at all. Then there's, you know, Crash. Banjo-Kazooie, which I never played. The Donkey Kong 64. Yeah, that didn't have good bosses. I'm not even sure how that'd be possible, Gum Gum. See, the problem is the only reason that the Reapers had such success with sneak attacking the Mass Effect universe was because the Mass Effect universe didn't know they existed. For all their ineffectualness, if the Council knew the Reapers existed, they would have been able to deal with them before they were able to get a foothold. At least in my opinion. Yeah, exactly, Huthor. That's why, you know, I was asked, what's a good game from this era? My reaction is, like, I can't come up with anything. At least for good bosses. I think that's it. I think that's it. Oh, I probably need it again to burn this down. What do you want to bet? I mean, I know strategic and tactical writing is simply not BioWare's forte, even back when they were better at writing in general. They know what the word means, maybe. Guys know. That's a possibility. They might not. I'm not sure, really. I mean, to go back to the Mario 64 example, which is the game from this era I know the best. The Mario games, sadly, have pretty much always had a pretty bad track record when it comes to bosses. Most Mario game bosses are pathetic. To put that as nicely as I possibly can. They are simply not good. They are not well designed. They are not interesting. They're not even fun half the time. They're just kind of there. God dang it. This is squirrely. Let me use probably my favorite example of that. Super Mario World is in many ways one of the best examples of... damn it! Of level design when it comes to that type of side-scroller game. It is a phenomenally well-designed game when it comes to its level design. I could literally do an entire video series just discussing Mario World's level design. Now, do you remember Mario World's bosses? Because I do. Well, that's another thing, Gum Gum. That's actually a very good point. The Mass Effect galaxy isn't united. It isn't one force dealing with one external threat. It's a bunch of forces that can't agree on anything. Although, if history is to be believed, back when there was one threat dealing with everything, they actually did even worse, cough cough, Protheans.
Hold your horns. Here comes Spyro.
Patience, little one. You'll soon have the opportunity to battle the one who matters most. Nasty Nork.
That is true, Kai Snow. But my point was that the Protheans were at least hypothetically a unified military force, whereas the Mass Effect galaxy is anything but. That's true, Dakota. Oh, and just to prove I'm not ignoring you, Huthor, why? Like, why do you think that? I mean, I know you hate continuity. But I'm curious of your reasoning. Unless it's the same exact reasoning, in which case, never mind. That's true, there's also indoctrination. The Empire has one advantage over Mass Effect. It has literal magic. Yeah, I know there's biotics, but biotics doesn't have... Whoa, what the... Biotics doesn't have mind-altering abilities. At least not in the same way. I'm not actually sure what happened there. The enemies respawn? Nope, we're good. Alright, whatever. One more kiss, please. Oh, there is a fairy there. I don't even see her. Damn it, Tinkerbell. I'm missing a dragon. Where haven't I been? I mean, biotics is a form of space magic, if we all say that, you know, casually or loosely, but the hard truth is, biotics is pretty low tier when it comes to magical things with, you know, with fiction. Like, biotics is basically an advanced form of telekinesis, and that's kind of it. You know, it can augment... And it can move and change and shuffle around, but that's kind of it, you know? Good morning, Zolok. Now let me guess. Oh wait, is that a repeat? Yeah, exactly, Hazardous. Either way, I am still grateful, Zolok, so thank you. Oh, I see. I'm actually kind of with you on that, Uthor. For me, with my particular style of writing and design, I like to think of the actual military tactics in the background, and then try to construct the narrative through that, if that makes any sense. It's like, okay, so this is how the battle should go based on the strategy and the leaders and the forces they have available and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, all right, now I want to tell this story within this battle. Go, you know, and that's kind of how I think of it. In other words, I'm not going to write the Honor Harrington series where they actually spend entire sections of chapters literally discussing the tactics on display. Am I? Oh, I'm an idiot. I keep forgetting I'm an idiot. That's really important to keep in mind. Afternoon, Retu. It's funny, because that's actually my favorite scene in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, Huthor. Did I already do this one? Yeah, I think I did.
Well done, Spyro. I hope you know what lies in store for you. Nasty's world is not the friendliest place you'll ever find. Are you ready to go?
See, the funny thing, though, Huthor, is I actually still disagree with you. And the reason why is because everything about the lead up to that moment and that moment was a very heavily character-driven point, which was the culmination of 4 separate characters' arcs that they've been going through up until that point in time. And that was awesome. And then they charge and just magically win. And that was not awesome, in my opinion. As much as I love that scene, the actual charge and the severe capacity of it was just... okay. Which is actually arguably made even worse by the fact that immediately after that, they then start losing again. Which, from a narrative beat perspective, just kind of irritates me. It's like, we're winning! Ah, we're losing! We're winning! Ah, we're losing! I dislike Yu-Gi-Oh! Tactics in fiction.
Hey, didn't I already free you?
You're in Nasty's world now, Spyro. And you are the dragon that must defeat him.
Bring him on! I'm ready!
Reach the exit in each of Nasty's lands. Then you can challenge the Nork himself.
Okay. Oh my god, Wanta. You're fired. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. I think I got it. I hate that. Alright, so, now to disagree with Huthor. It's actually in my mandate to disagree with Huthor at least once a day, otherwise I'm falling behind. No, I do actually disagree with you, though, legitimately. And the reason why is because... The theme of triumphing in a hopeless scenario, of continuing on despite the foolishness of it, is actually something I'm very much with in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I want to be clear, by the way, that I'm speaking specifically of the movies, not the books, just to be 100% on that. But I also want to say that it kind of irritates me a little bit that what ends up happening is they're like, we must persevere in the face of terrible danger, and then they just effortlessly win. Like, I don't know if I'm properly explaining it with my tone, but does that explain why it irritates me? It's like, and then they win. What? You know, it kills it for me. I would have liked it more if there was a little more work involved. I mean, it's probably worth noting that, I mean, if this is spoilers, not really anyone even dies. Oh, see, I absolutely would call it effortless. Charge, win. Sure thing, Fuzzy Duck. Give me a second. Give me a second. Now, of course, I don't want to. I don't like to criticize without critiquing. No, the problem is, it would basically involve a significant reconstruction of the nature of the Pelennor Fields combat, because, in my opinion, in the again, we're strictly speaking of the movies, they made this. They did what a lot of fiction does. They made the situation too desperate, too doomy, too, oh god, we're not going to survive. And a lot of fiction does that, where they make it so that, oh my god, the stakes are real, and we're totally gonna die, and everything's horrible. And, I mean, okay, Lord of the Rings didn't do this as badly as some fiction does this, but some fiction will do it to the point where it's actually nonsensical that things could work out after what happened. Yeah, running themselves into a corner, exactly. But anyways, Lord of the Rings still does the same general concept. They make Minas Tirith look like a completely lost cause. Like, they are utterly and completely screwed. And then the Rohirrim show up and win.
The good work, Spyro. I expect Nasty's really starting to worry about you.
I'd be shaking in my Nork boots if I were him.
Now, that being stated, give me a second to process something. Okay, nope, I'm right. So, to use a counterexample, also in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, I think the Battle of Helm's Deep was actually a much better example of the exact point you're trying to make. At least what I assume is your point. I shouldn't presume that. In other words, it was a pretty hopeless situation that our heroes did everything they could to mitigate and to work against and to push back, and they just got pushed back and pushed back and pushed back, but thanks to their efforts and to their work, not only did they manage to stall long enough for the reinforcements to show up, but they managed to hurt enough of the enemy forces so that those reinforcements were able to do something about them. They took out a lot of that Uruk-hai army in that day and a half of fighting. So when they do their final charge out, they don't just win. What actually happens is they're basically doing a suicide charge. And then, you know, reinforcements arrive and things manage to turn around. Okay, I'm with that. I am absolutely with that. It also works because, unlike the Pelennor Fields charge, they didn't see it coming. The orcs, I should say, didn't see it coming. In Two Towers, it was more like, alright, we're attacking the door, we're attacking the door. Oh my god, they opened the door! Charge! It caught them completely by surprise. Whereas in Pelennor Fields, they had time to form ranks and actually brace themselves with a piker wall, or whatever the proper term is for that, against it. Oh, excuse me. In other words, Huthor, as with all things, I feel it comes down to specific execution and presentation. Because what we're talking about with both battles is functionally the same thing. Oh no, it's hopeless. We'll do one last suicide charge. Hey, it worked, and we win. It's just one of those works for me, and one of those does not. Does that make sense?
Wow, I never thought I'd be rescued, especially by such a little dragon. What I mean is, I always believed in you, Spyro.
You gotta believe.
Stab. Well, see, the problem is I could really dissect Pelennor Fields from, you know, a logical and a tactical perspective. So, okay. First of all, they hole up, and they don't really do a lot of damage to the oncoming orcs. There's one part about the initial defense action that I like, and that's when they start throwing their own damaged rubble from the enemy's artillery attacks back at them. That's not only kind of logical from a, you know, tactical perspective, but it also kind of gets across the this is how desperate the situation has become sense, and it's a nice little act of defiance. We'll throw our own corpses at you kind of a thing. So I like that. Then they pull back, and 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 then they pull back. Oh, I can't hit him. Interesting. And then they pull back some more, and then they pull back. Then the Witch King of Agmar effortlessly defeats Gandalf. I'm not even going to comment on that. Then the Cavalry Charge shows up. Cavalry Charge shows up. I've made my comments about that already. Immediately after the Cavalry Charge, again, they just kind of win, right? Then the enemy plays the Yu-Gi-Oh card, and I already kind of gave my complaints about that. The Oliphants show up, and the Oliphants just kind of start winning on the enemy's side. However, again, this is a part I do like. With significant effort and coordination, several of the main characters are shown being capable of taking down several of the Oliphants, so that's nice. Then the Ghost Army shows up, and that's pretty much officially the moment at which the Battle of Pelennor Fields has completely lost me. The Ghost Army was, in an extremely literal sense, the win button. Just, yep, nope, here we go, let's go. Now, we could argue that back and forth, and there's plenty to be said about that, there really is. But as soon as the Ghost Army showed up, that was the end of the battle for Pelennor Fields. By the way, hi, Cashel. Oh, I know it's in the books. Would I use the Ghost Army in the movie? Yes, but differently. See, the thing is, I do like the narrative point the Ghost Army serves. It's the formal confirmation of Aragorn as the king. It is the conclusion of an arc that technically isn't really present, but it's part of the backstory. You know, it's the conclusion of those traitors. There's some good character stuff there, is what I'm trying to say. I'm actually with that. What I don't like is the fact that the Ghost Army just kind of over everything. What I would do is I'd probably have the Ghost Army be more like a counter to something the enemy has that we can't counter, like, just to name one example right off the top of my head, the Nazgul. Have the Ghost Army be a way to counter the Nazgul. Because that would... The idea there, thematically as well as tactically, is to... So this is the enemy and this is us, is to bring it up to here, to try and even the score a little bit. Rather than what the Ghost Army actually does in the film, which is this. I had to think about that for a while, though, because, like I said, I do like several of the concepts and ideas of the Ghost Army. Do I feel the same way about the Eagles? I gotta be honest, I don't even want to talk about the Eagles. Because, funnily enough, the Eagles do exactly what I just mentioned. They are a counter for the Nazgul. And the Fell Beasts. Whoa, dude! Got orcs with Gatling guns now. As it should be. See, the thing is, so let me go ahead and continue to complain about one of my favorite movies of all time. Because you can dislike aspects of something you love. I know, it's weird. But for me, the Eagles are more or less the archetypal example of the Deus Ex Machina. As in, using that terminology in a negative light. The Eagles aren't really established... Whoa. The Eagles aren't really established or built up. They don't really have any narrative or thematic significance. It's just kind of like, and then they show up. And now there's Eagles, and they're helping us now. They didn't help us earlier because of reasons, and anybody who's really studied Lord of the Rings knows that there are those reasons. But as presented, they just kind of decide not to help us until they decide to help us, and it's like... To contrast this, the Ghost Army was actually built up. A decent amount of screen time was devoted towards the history of the... I can't think of their name. I've been trying to think of the name for several minutes now. There's a specific term for the people, you know, those under the mountain. Time was spent developing them and establishing them. There was, you know, doom factor of it. It was a part of Aragorn's character arc. You know, work was done to thread the Ghost Army into the narrative, whereas the Eagles just kind of show up. The Dunharrow, or Dunharrow, that's it. I mean, I know they were Oathbreakers. Faithless and accursed. Hi, Dream Whisperer. My point here, though, is even though I dislike the execution of the Ghost Army, I do still think the Ghost Army was...
Thank you for rescuing me.
Was still a good thing, overall, like a net positive scenario. Because even though they just show up and win, at least it was for a narrative and thematic purpose. Now, I know, you could argue that the Eagles have a narrative and thematic purpose. It'd be very easy to do. You could say that basically this is an aspect of the world and nature itself unifying against the threat that is Sauron and what he actually represents. But how much of that is in the movies? I don't even remember how much of that is in the books. Hi, Doralis. I'm glad you still like the Asheron's Call video. I really am. It is nice. I mean, I don't know. Gary and I spent a lot of work on that. Well, yeah, I know they've got the whole nature versus progress factory thing going on.
Be on the lookout for North Commandos, Spyro.
They better be on the lookout for me.
He has a mind of metal, and gears and twisted machines, or whatever the quote is. Ugh, that is a hard corner. Good morning, Overlord Mick. Yeah, the Ents were... Okay, unpopular opinion. I don't think the Ents were a good inclusion. I'm waiting. It's okay. I'm ready. I'm ready. Strike me down with all of your anger. I would say there are 3 main reasons why I think the Ents were kind of a mistake. The first is the one that Huthor already mentioned. They are way too obvious. They are quite literally a direct... It's not even an allegory at that point. They are straight up saying nature versus progress. That's actually what they are. That's problem number 1. That's a minor problem. I can live with that. Problem number 2. They were designed in a way that makes perfect sense, is very logical and consistent with continuity, but is ultimately incredibly boring to actually perceive. What I mean by that is... Let's go back to the movies for a second, because it's actually easier to talk about the movies here. Because I know the movies better. In the movies, the movie basically stops every now and again, just to kind of be like, and here's the Ents. Now, there is a satisfying conclusion to what the Ents do, and where that arc goes, for both Merry and Pippin, too. But then it's just... But the build-up to that is awful, in my opinion. I would say it's one of the worst aspects of the films overall, is the side story stuff with the Ents. Just, yep. What are they doing? Oh, we've just managed to say hello. Okay. Yes, Merry and Pippin also have their arc cut off for some reason, but whatever. The final reason I dislike the presentation of the Ents. Let me think about how to phrase this one. Give me a minute. So I've already thrown the oil on me. I need to think a minute before I light the match. The what, Mr. Filmbags? Is this it? This is it. Okay. Oh, gotcha, Mr. Fun. That makes a lot more sense. I think the final reason I don't like the Ents is more like how I wish they were used. So I guess that's not really a point by itself. I liked several of the specific application of the Ents. I'll give you one example. I like how the Ent was basically, I'm going to take you to Saruman. He'll decide, I'll take you to the White Wizard is actually what he says. I'll let him decide your fate. And I know what you're thinking, well, why is that relevant? That's more of a Gandalf thing. The reason I bring that up is because it showed the way that the Ents were interwoven into the rest of the world. In a way that Huthor mentioned for the Eagles earlier. I like that kind of idea. I also like how they serve as a very backwards, that's not the way I want to put it, very background kind of development of setting building. You know, the idea of, for example, I'm glad you liked it, Psychotic. For example, the idea that, where are the Entwives? We're not sure, we lost them. But, well, what do they look like? I don't remember. Something about that appealed to me because, in a very nice way, it get across all the exposition it needed to. The sheer age and just the creaking, groaning, old nature of these things was all presented very well in that quick and easy presentation. It was good stuff. More of that. So, final boss time to answer Revolution's question. Time for the best final boss of any video game ever. Probably. Oh god, there's an egg guy. That's not an egg. Oh, can't turn that quickly. I have no idea, Gum Gum. I'm sure someone far more versed in Tolkienese could tell you about why. Okay, so he's not pausing at any point in time. This is truly the Dark Souls of the PlayStation 1 era. That should work. That should totally be hitting him. How is that not hitting him? Alright, whatever. Whatever. Lame. I've got it, guys. I've come up with my first gameplay negative. Did he seriously already take off? Oh my god. That is... Okay, what am I supposed to do here? Because I obviously don't know what to do. And he doesn't pause like most of them do. Most of them have like one moment where they pause to jump or reestablish their thing. But this guy doesn't pause, he just loops. And I'm flat out not fast enough to catch him. And I can't even jump down on him like I can with some of these. I mean, yeah, of course I do, Gum Gum. But then again, Christopher Lee is awesome. I know, right, Fuzzy Duck? It's just... No, I'm going to stand by my statement. There. No? Okay. Ah! Alright, next idea. Yep, okay, clearly. Oh, for God's sakes. Okay, this might actually legitimately be a negative. I was already thinking of a negative for these guys in general, because they're irritating. They are very much designed to be irritating. Making this the last boss mechanic? What? Too early. That wasn't the jump. That's the jump. Nope. Too early again. There. Let me guess. I have to do that again. Is there another door? Let's see. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, he has a hell of a drift to him, Valvidrix, I've noticed. Clearly, Superman Prime. Just gonna... This is a final boss fight. Ah, it's such a lovely day in the park. How are you guys doing today? Hey, what's up, dude? Oh, do I have to... Oh my god, is he seriously the thief thing, except bigger? Is that seriously where we're going with this? I think this might actually be a negative. Oh, God! I mean, yeah, I was kind of willing to sort of let go of the bosses in general, because they're just not good. But this is actively approaching bad. Nope, too far. I accept my death. Oh, my God. Ugh. What? That's a negative. Like I've been sitting on the edge of a negative. That's bullcrap. So. That's why it's not more than one negative, Superman Prime. Because trust me, I could give more negatives for this. As I said earlier, it would be entirely possible for the bosses in this game to be much worse than they are. Here, since nobody's linking Kai Snow, there you go. Since I had it up anyways. Where's my controller? There it is. Okay, so now to do this again. As he jumps. Nope, that was too slow. I gotta basically be right on him. Then I gotta get him as he jumps. Honestly, it is a pretty solid remake, I'd say. It really is. I imagine this would be a problem in the original, too, you know? I mean, I've overall been having fun, as is obvious by the 4 positives, and we just now added a negative. Yeah, this one. This one was at the... I need to be closer. Nope. Need to be closer. There we go. By the way, hi, Ice Tray. And hi, Lord Atlantean. I'm the final boss. Oh no, he's coming after me. Run! Run! So, I gotta figure out a pause point on him, and I gotta not fall this time, so let's be a little more careful. Whoop! It's not where I thought it was. This is where I am. Who is he? Well, he's an asshole. Damn it, Cord. Alright, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to adjust reality so that just once you tell me good news about yourself and your life. Go. Yep, no, not there yet. God, it's the second time I almost made that mistake. I don't think I can actually do the strategy I was thinking of. Like, I don't think I'm physically capable of doing it. It doesn't help, so in case you can't see, I'm actually holding my controller like this, because what I need to hit is this button, and then immediately this button, which I can't do like this. So, I just wanted to showcase this to show how irritating this is. This is how I am playing this game. Just for these sections, obviously. Just for the thief guys. Nope. God, I can't even turn around! What's that? That's the way out. Oh my god. This is a game for kids. I want you to imagine a kid playing this and getting frustrated, and then getting more frustrated, and then getting more frustrated, and then getting more frustrated. And the worst part is this isn't even, like, challenging. This is just irritating. I've said that for years. There's a difference between challenging and irritating. Oh yeah, then dying, then starting over. What? I actually nailed... Okay. Sure. Oh yeah, this is the last boss song, too. It's having a ball. Okay, I actually can't complain about that. I kind of like the music in this game. I gave it Bless for it and everything. Is there a trick to this I'm missing? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if I am missing a trick here. I don't think I am, because he's just thief guy. He is insanely fast, though. Like, he is so much faster than the other thief guys. That's what I'm gonna try this time, James Hogan. I thought maybe I might actually be able to get him with what I've been trying to do, but obviously I'm just way too far away. Oh, for God's sake, screw you! I just got an achievement. Hang on. Wrong button. That's what I think it is. There it is. Get Nasty Nork to complete 5 laps. Screw you! Run, Nasty. Run away from me. Okay, whatever. Now we're gonna turn around. What's funny is that achievement was listed as rare with 13.1% completion rate. I'm surprised that's not 100%. Or, you know, higher than 13. Okay. Really? This is a negative 50 DKP, I'll tell you what. That is the only time I even get close to him. I'm actually not sure what the game wants from me here. Okay, apparently that's what it wanted me to do. Oh my god. Okay. This way, I think? Yep. We're not done. Because why would we be done? We haven't hit him 3 times. In fact, we only hit him once. When we get down to it. Okay, these jumps are way tighter than they should be. Especially considering the penalty. Oh, you son of a... What do you mean, Plutonia? That's exactly what I was just doing, so funnily enough, Sonic Doctor. Because I want to give this a second negative, because this is irritating and dumb. Like, basically, the first negative would be obvious. We've already talked about that. The second negative would effectively be for the checkpoint usage here. Or lack thereof. Nope. Yeah, I'm done. I don't care enough. Really, really don't. So, yeah. We're done. I don't care that much. I'm gonna give a second negative for that, though. What was his name? Nasty, thank you. Nork, that was it. Nasty Nork. So that means Spyro 1 is a +2, +0, +2 net. Now, I've been debating how to visually show this. So I think what I'm gonna do is this. Just something nice and simple. Boop. Boop. Whoops. Ah, shoot. No, I'm screwed up. Hang on. Ah. Damn it. Wasn't ready. Wasn't ready. There. Alright, who just donated way too much money? Well, if you're there, Ice Tray. Up top. Thank you very, very much, Ice Tray. As ever and as always, thank you so much for your support. Especially, as I think I've mentioned this, but this month especially, just this month, is a pretty hard month for me financially. It's a transition month, so I'm paying the bills of the last place and the new place simultaneously. You know how it is. So, I really appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. Now, you have put that towards a game that will get 15,000 negatives. I don't know, actually. Hang on. So first of all, I have jotted that down towards Suikoden 2. Thank you again very much, Ice Tray. Okay, Shadow Machine. I was gonna say, I thought you already were at the 2-year club. So, whatever. Still grateful. Thank you, Cord. I'm gonna put those $5 from Cord. 3786. 2. That is not true, Ice Tray. Although, I'm actually very curious how Suikoden 2 will line up, because it's actually been quite a few years since I played it. The last time I played it was for the Rumination. I'm going to put those towards the KOTOR 1 IDC and towards you, like, getting something cool to eat or something. Come on, man. Overall thoughts of Spyro 1. Honestly, it feels like an early PS1 game. I mean, there's a uniqueness to that particular era of gaming where it's really simple, it's really basic, it doesn't have a proper beat to it. It's basically just keep going because you keep going. It's probably one of the most examples of a collectathon game I could think of. Yeah, fun but forgettable. It was light, it was bouncy, and now it's over and I'll never play it again. You know? I do actually, Easel. Although it wasn't a rumination, it was a what to pay. Oh yeah, and Spyro's attitude irritates me. I didn't give a negative for it, but I wanted to.
Is this rain ever gonna stop? I've forgotten what the sun looks like. We should go on vacation. Somewhere warm. Somewhere sunny. Dragon Shores, yeah! I haven't been there since we kicked Nasty Nork's butt. How about it, Sparks? You up for a vacation at the beach? Last one there's a Nork!
Is it working, Professor?
Almost. Just a few more adjustments to these orbs and...
Maybe this isn't such a good idea. Bringing a dragon here could just make Ripto more angry.
Calm down, Hunter, and stop fidgeting.
But you saw the professor's book. They have claws like this, and teeth like this, and they can spit fire like this. They sound much more dangerous than Ripto.
That's exactly the point. A dragon is our only chance of stopping Ripto, and you know it.
It's working! It's working! I've got a dragon!
Huh?
safe landing. Hi, which way's the beach? Huh? Hey, stop staring. Haven't you guys ever seen a dragon before?
You're a dragon?
You got a problem with that, pussycat?
Well, well. Someone forgot to invite me to the party. Were you trying to keep something from me? A dragon? You brought a dragon to Avalar? I hate dragons. Yeah! Crush! Kill it! Kill it! Go, you imbecile! You ate my scepter! I'll deal with you later!
Who was that jerk?
That was Ripto, and we have to get rid of him. He's causing all sorts of trouble around here, but I haven't got time to explain. Here, take this magic guide to Avalar. It'll help you begin to understand our worlds. Right now, I have to follow Ripto and see what he's up to. I'll meet you in Summer Forest, okay?
Hey, wait a minute! How do we get ourselves into these messes, pal?
So, I'm not sure what to make of this, but that was quite literally already more story than the entire first game. I mean, it's still not a lot of story, but that's still more story than the entire first game.
Spyro, welcome to Glimmer. Unfortunately for us, a mob of lizards just showed up and started stealing all of our gems. Can you stop them?
Nope. NPCs that you're not rescuing. We have the turret enemy type again. That is true, Eric. That is so true. But yeah, to finish what I was saying earlier, Spyro is a 90s kid. And I can't stand 90s kids. I never have. Even back in the 90s, that whole, like I said, the Nickelodeon thing always irritated me. I don't know why I'm getting... I guess I'll have to get these gems. At least I'm assuming. So I might as well. No, I was never a 90s kid. Because I never had the tude. See, the 90s kid thing isn't about being a kid who was born in the 90s. That has nothing to do with anything. The 90s kid thing is about being... this. Totally radical, dude! And I don't give a crap what you think about me, old man! Yeah, it's the batitude thing. That's what 90s kid means. I mean, what more do I need to say about that?
Hi, Spyro. I'm a friend of Alora's, and she asked me to help you out. Whenever you find me, I'll remember your progress. Like this. That zap means that if you get into trouble, I'll return you to this place. See you around.
Explanation of save points? What? I mean, technically, I'm a millennial. If you actually look up the definition of millennial, which is anyone born from 1980 or 1979 onwards.
Ah, you must be the dragon everyone's talking about. Well, Dragon or not, I'm afraid there is a small fee to open the bridge. It will cost you 100 of your gems to cross.
No.
You'll have to pay up sooner or later. It's the only way across. I have to look after my Avalar's financial well-being. You know.
Right.
We gem cutters are a bit too short to climb these ladders, and it looks like you are too. After you learn to climb, come back to Glimmer to see me.
What, we're gonna unlock abilities? What is this, a Metroid? Or a Zelda? I gotta be honest, I haven't even gotten a chance to edit it yet. Hazardous. Aside from the obvious streaming, which has been taking up a lot of my time, I've also been working on the hors d'oeuvres, as well as the extant thing, as well as the theater thing. Is that it? I think that's it. Hello? There we go.
Back again, eh? And with plenty of treasure, I see. Would you like me to open the bridge? I won't even increase the price. Thank you, Mr. Dragon. Spyro, was it? You can now use the bridge whenever you want, free of charge. I hope we meet again, when you have even more gems.
I'm going to kind of separate them, and then kind of also combine them.
To get a good look around, press the action button. Try using action to look around this cave.
You got it. Action! I was actually just thinking she sounded familiar, Shadow Machine. Which is funny. A bit older, obviously.
Spyro, thanks for helping us fight off the lizards. Please take this talisman of glimmer as a sign of our gratitude.
Sure.
This magic portal next to me will take you to Summer Forest, one of the homeworlds of Avalar.
Cool. Why would you stab someone with an Elder Scroll? All they'll do is make it so you never existed. Anyways, Easel, as you might or might not have already seen on the screen, I'm kind of separating them, but I'm still going to tabulate them all together. So it'll basically be both, is the answer to the question. Another cutscene? This is getting crazy.
Oh, no. Oh, hello. We didn't get a chance to introduce ourselves before. My name is Alora.
Hi. I'm Spyro. What are you, some kind of goat?
I'm a fawn, you dork.
Oh, sorry.
Did you meet the gem cutters in Glimmer?
Yeah, they gave me a souvenir too. They called it a talisman.
They gave you a talisman?
What, is it special? I just stuck it in the guidebook you gave me.
Well, there are 14 talismans in Avalar, and they are all magical. If you can collect enough of them, they can be used to defeat Ripto. Hunter, where have you been?
Oh, I got a little lost.
Spyro's gonna help us collect the talismans.
I am?
He is.
Spyro, look. There's no way you can get to Dragon Shores right now. Ripto and his monsters have taken over the castle here in the Summer Forest. You're going to have to go to Avalar's worlds and convince the inhabitants to give you their talisman. You can keep them in your guidebook.
Hey, I could do that. Why doesn't the dragon just torch Ripto?
Hunter, you can't even keep track of your running shoes. How can we trust you with 14 talismans? If you come across any orbs, they're important too. But I'll tell you about them later.
Okay, no problem. I'll collect a few talismans, give Ripto the old hot foot, and be in Dragon Shores by lunchtime.
Okay. I was about to say, so you gave me a fetch quest. Actually, you gave me 2. Sure. I mean, it's better than rescuing dragons, right? Right.
Spyro, this is the homeworld called Summer Forest. There are portals to many of the Avalar worlds around here. Unfortunately, Ripto has taken over the castle, and we need your help. Start by retrieving the talismans from each of the worlds you visit.
I think you already told me that, but cool. Wait, I'm not water soluble? Oh my god, I'm not water soluble. Holy crap. It is truly, this is truly the Assassin's Creed 2 of Spyro. I mean, he was wanting to go to the beach. I like to think there was an entire story arc of him practicing and training day and night after defeating Naughty, or whatever the heck his name was, in order to be able to swim, and finally, with all his effort paid off, he could enjoy the beach without being afraid of dying instantly. I mean, think about it. Why would he go to the beach if he was water-soluble? Anyways, fawn is a relatively common word. There's actually 2 words. There's fawn, and then there's fawn. Fawn means to fawn over something. Fawn means, I think, a young doe or something like that. Some kind of creature. Death to the frogs! And to the living! Alright, so hang on. I meant to do this last game, and then I got pissed off. Where the hell am I keeping the guidebook? So... well, the music doesn't sound any different right now. Oh god, Leander, get it out! Get it out!
Hi, Spyro. You look like you're pretty agile. Let's try putting it to a test. See if you can get up this first step. Press the jump button and hold it down to get more hang time.
Okay.
Okay, not bad. Now to make this next jump, you'll have to glide. Press the jump button, then press jump again at the top of your jump to get the maximum glide distance.
See you around, Gum Gum.
Nice job. Now try to do a hover. Press the jump button, then press jump again to glide. When you reach the end of your glide, press the action button to hover. Hovering will give you extra height and distance.
Gnarly. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, I don't know. That's actually a reasonably good point. I should check to see if you can skip cutscenes. Because that's always a negative.
To hover, press the action button during your glide.
Can't skip this. Oh, never mind. There we go. There we go. I can skip that.
Very good. Now for the hardest leap of all. You'll have to give this one everything you've got. Get a walking start, jump, glide, and hover just before you get to the edge of the platform. Don't forget to press forward on the left stick when you hover. Wow, you're a pretty good athlete. If I hadn't lost my running shoes, I'd take you on for real. For now, here's an orb for your collection.
Oh my god, Easel, that's terrible. Okay. So here's what I want to do. I want to kill this guy. No, whatever. I really want to do. He's secretly one of the enemies, Darth Tyrant. Save, please. Save, please.
Sparks, the dragonfly following you around is your health indicator, Spyro. The brighter he is, the more hit points you have.
Thank you. Okay. God. Okay, so quit. Oh, I'm an idiot. Well, let's just make sure I saved correctly. That is so horrible, Superman Prime. We need these orbs to save the planet. Here's an orb for helping me. Okay, so quit. In a world of dragons. They're skippable. We're good. That's literally all I wanted to check. I mean, if Hunter turns out to be the bad guy, I'm not even going to be surprised. I'm really not. That is a nice little thing. Alright, so let's just do a world. In another world. A world filled with galaxies. What? Maybe I shouldn't. What?
Spyro! The idols we were carving have come to life! They've locked us out of our temples and stolen our food!
I mean, I guess that was just his first thought. Was, oh, I have an idea. Aw. Poor guy. Hey, Chris Vilker. What's up? I know I'm butchering your name. I'm sorry. You know, I just realized we gotta decide something. Like I said, I'd split up the positives and minuses between games. But do I then repeat positives and minuses that are concurrent across the games? Oh my god, I'm saying it right. Holy crap. Like, for example, graphic and music. Just to name an obvious thing.
Those metal shields are making enemies invulnerable to your flame attack. If you press and hold the charge button, you can defeat them with your charge attack.
I mean, I gotta be honest, I don't... well, I don't know. I'll debate it. I'll debate it. See, part of my mentality here is I was asked to wow. Screwed up my own terminology. To premiere run the trilogy. As in this entire bundle, the collection, in other words. It's one of the reasons this was pushed back as far as it was, is because it was several games. Well, if I'm being honest, Gum Gum, no. But then again, I am an idiot. You know, I am a stupid American who doesn't... My version of English doesn't necessarily conform to other people's versions of English. If you say on the morrow, what I'm hearing is, oh, so it'll happen later, okay. Or, oh, I'll take my time, or whatever. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Because on the morrow quite literally means, in English, tomorrow. So... That we could do that, Tarth Timer. That's not a bad idea. Have some positives in mind instead of just for the collection.
Left or right, use the right stick.
Although... So if we do end up giving some positives and negatives to the collection, rather than to an individual game, that means our net score for Spyro 1 would be... -1. Possibly -2. Because all 4 of those positives are things that are probably true for the entire trilogy, for the collection. They're collection pluses, in other words. And both of those gameplay negatives are specifically for Spyro 1. So... I mean... Hang on. I just wanted to hear the difference. Someone was asking if I had a problem basically with... Someone mentioned that they liked the original score better, that they said it sounded more full than the remix tracks. And I can actually name a very specific game in which I have the exact same feeling on. Final Fantasy IV. As much as I praise the hell out of the DS version, I don't actually like the soundtrack of the DS version. I think it is inferior, basically in every way, to the original. Now, that is, of course, my opinion, and musical preference is musical preference, but, yeah.
Spyro, you're pretty tough. If you ever want a permanent job, we've got a place for you here. But for the moment, I want you to have this talisman.
So why not say on the Morrowton instead, Gum Gum? Rather than on the morrow, which, again, in English quite literally means tomorrow. The Secret of Mana remakes music, yeah, that was a weird one. There were a few songs I liked better in the remixed version. And then there were some that were just way worse, in my opinion, obviously. Right, hover. It's a thing now. Oop, God, I'm gonna have to get used to the timing on that. There we go. More tech in my game? What in the world? Yeah, that's actually a good comparison, Easel. I do... FF10 is actually pretty similar for the same reasons. For me, again. I was going to add that for me thing, because, I mean, there's 3 things in human existence that it's hard to really have consensus on, because everyone things appeal differently to everyone. Almost completely differently. Whoops. that's irritating. Let's do this then. Nope. Okay, let's try this then. There we go. And two of those things are music and food. There's a reason black licorice is a saying for me. And I mean, some people actually like Elvis. Oh, that's a bad example. What's a song I actually despise? Or a band or an artist or whatever. That isn't the Beatles. Look, I'm sorry, I can't stand the Beatles. I actively dislike Beatles music. It bugs the crap out of me. Chrono Cross, there you go, there you go. Yasunori Mitsuda, I think? Yasunori Mitsuda is someone who is almost universally praised for his music design, and I cannot stand his music. Which is my point. Everyone's gonna have different preferences when it comes to music. I mean, I know there's the old obvious joke of, kids, and they're rock and roll. But it's not a generational thing, it's an individual thing. At least in my experience. Point in fact, I actually like quite a few songs that both my mom and my dad enjoy. Although I'm not into jazz. Dad likes jazz. And yeah, of course FF6 music is garbage. We all know that. That's just a duh. 60s and 70s rock? Give me some examples, because I'm not that great with names. You know that. I'm looking for this.
It's fabulous to see you, Spyro. Now that the supercharged power-up is active, you can charge through the pedestals and send the dancing hula girls over here to help me.
So she did come to life. Okay. No, I don't like jazz. In general. Obviously, there's going to be some exceptions. There always are. In fact, in truth, I don't think there's a genre of music I don't like. It's like, most people like artists, or bands, or composers. I don't, really. Like, don't mistake me, I like Nobuo Uematsu. He is an amazing composer, in my opinion. But he has still made several songs that I actively dislike. You know what I mean? Aw, that's a shame, Superman. I mean, that's a good thing. So, actually, no, Sonic Doctor, in answer to your question. Because I tend to have the opposite point. If I'm liking a game and not liking the music, I'll tell you exactly what I'll do. Ooh. Grats, Roaring Middleman. Oh, you want me to do this. Okay, I get it. That is pretty odd, Gum Gum. And insane. But that's okay. I've heard of more insane things.
Look at that. The hula girls' rain dance blew up that idol like a Roman candle. Now I can pursue that dancing career I've dreamed of. Take this orb. It could help you go places.
Thanks. Let's get the music back on. Obviously, what Takoida said is true. You know, sometimes you're not going to actually have audio selectors But I gotta be honest, back in the day, especially on the NES and SNES era, I would just turn down the volume on the TV and play in silence. Anyways, I'm sorry. Someone mentioned some 70s and 60s rock, and I missed it completely. What were the examples again? I don't like Nirvana at all. I can go ahead and say that one definitively. Is that it? I think it's it. I think we're done here. I mean, we're actually missing an orb. Really, Darth Tyron? That's very strange. That would make no sense unless we were secretly playing the second game right this very second. Look, I just can't help understanding him with all those marbles in his mouth. No, that's acceptable, Easel. Thank you for telling me that I literally can't get it. Otherwise, I would have just run around for a bit longer. So let's find the exit, which was over here, I think. Oh yeah, I'm the same way, Hazardous. That's why I made that point earlier. David Bowie, very talented, not my thing. Led Zeppelin.
Of course you follow me. They all do.
Yeah, that's my thoughts on Led Zeppelin. Okay, hang on. So, first of all, thank you very, very much, Chris Vilkier. As ever and as always, appreciate your donations, your subs, your support. Thank you. Second of all, of course you can split a donation. Why do I keep wanting to say that with an S? A donation. Of course you can split a donation. Chris Vilkier. So you're going to put that towards Warcraft 3. We didn't even have a release date for that yet, do we? And towards Elden Ring. Jotted down. Thank you again. Good night upon a time. Now, anyway, so I was, whoops, in the middle of responding there. A sonation. So you mentioned those three bands, and I'm not a fan of the two of them. There are a few Queen songs I can go with. So that's something. Enigma? No. Red Hot Chili Peppers? I don't think I can even think of any of their music off the top of my head. Like, I know who they are, I just can't picture hear a song. Black Sabbath? Nah.
Hello there, Spyro. Would you like to learn to swim underwater? I suppose I could teach you for a small fee.
Sure.
Great. Okay. When you jump in the water, you can use your left stick to move around the surface. Use the charge button to dive underwater. When you're underwater, use the jump button to paddle and charge button to charge.
Well, okay. I like the bubble around our butterfly. I have no idea, Sonic. Was there even a fourth or a fifth Spyro game? Whoop! Didn't actually mean to hit that. So if I hold down all 4 shoulder buttons, that's what happens. This is me holding down all 4 shoulder buttons. I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Someone mentioned I could do that in the last game, too, but all that did was this. Give me your money! No. Ew. That poor goat. Okay. I mean, goats are mean. I'm gonna pencil this in, but I think we have our first story positive, guys. I suppose I should do this to indicate that it's for the second game. Yeah, there's like a silly fun factor to it, which I'm kind of with.
A Yeti has been rampaging around our home, but we've managed to trap him by shutting all the doors. If you talk to the other brothers, they will open the gates and guide you to him.
Yes, Easel, exactly. Funnily enough, I actually don't care for goat that much. I'm much more of a lamb person.
By concentrating, I should be able to open this door for you.
Sure, Easel. Oh, goat cheese is excellent. Just I don't care for goat meat.
Who needs a key when you know how to chant like this?
Why do they all play hockey?
Enemies like those yaks are too big to be charged. Your flame attack should easily take care of large enemies.
Well, okay. I guess.
Each time you defeat an enemy, it will release a spirit particle. The spirit particles will activate the power-up in that world. If a power-up is inactive, you need to defeat more enemies.
Well, that explains that. From the previous level. Well, again, usually in English, calling someone brother or sister is a positive thing, not a negative one. Imperium or no. I would play that game, Leander. It would have to be like a really super serious game. Nathan Drake is out hunting this treasure, and there's these people who are evil, and they've got guns, and all of a sudden there's just a dragon that just shows up that looks like that. It looks like that, and he's just like do 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 do. It's like, oh no! Spyro walks up. Hi! Ah!
Hey, look what I can do.
No, he doesn't show up again, but Crash does. Crash Bandicoot, I mean. Did I miss something down there? Yeah, looks like I did. But you know what I mean, Hazardous. Yeah, and then they get there and Jak and Daxter are at the treasure. Just ready to go.
Remember Hunter's advice. You will glide farthest if you press the jump button.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Whoops. Interesting, Gum Gum. So I'm assuming they have no traditional nobility then. Oh, it's up.
Thank goodness you scared that evil spirit away. But now it will hide in the statues. If you were to flame all 10 statues, I'm sure you would chase it away for good.
Sure, is this timed? Thank God, because I was just thinking, I don't know where they are. I asked if they had a traditional nobility, Gum Gum. Because it sounds like no. If they're calling people my lord and sire, who are neither. Listen, I release evil into the world all the time. I play video games for a living. I'm sorry. I like the evil look there. Listen, X-Death is my bro, okay? My friend once made the joke that I could go in front of a judge and get declared legally insane because I play and review video games for a living. The main thrust of that joke is that, you know, the legal system and judges are such old, stodgy, backwards people that they would be like, oh my god! You play video games? That's horrible! You know. I guess I have gaming disorder, so I want to share something real quick. Yesterday, my mom called me to wish me Happy Father's Day. After stream, obviously. That was very nice of her. I was very happy. And while we were talking, she actually mentioned the gaming... Well, actually, okay, so... She mentioned, had there been any, you know, updates in my life, and I mentioned as an aside, gaming disorder, and I mentioned the WHO and the classification of gaming disorder. Would anyone like to know her immediate knee-jerk reaction to that? So you're on Gum Gum. Laughter is correct. She just burst into laughter. It was very, yeah.
Going, Spyro.
It was great. And then she immediately started jossing me. Like, I'm sorry, Lore. I'm afraid you have terminal gaming disorder. I was like, no! Anything but that, please! Oh my gosh. Whoop. I see gaming people. They're everywhere. They don't even know they're gaming. Yeah, okay, we'll go ahead and finish this first.
Well done, Spyro. You've scared the evil spirit away. Why don't you take this? I borrowed it from the temple. They don't need it.
Oh, no, not quite. That's true. People are on their phones all the time, playing Diablo games. Like the new Darksiders. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, I get it. Well, I've been told if I hold down the shoulder buttons, he'll point me to some gems. Ah! Sorry. Alright, let's do it.
Ah, Spyro, welcome. We have found that hockey is a peaceful and calming sport. Would you like to join in a match against our goalkeeper?
Oh, wow, Geludo.
You have 2 minutes to score 5 goals in the red goal.
Here's a save point. You're gonna need it. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. I've decided that I hate you. Ooh, that is slow. At least I don't have to bounce it, which is what I first thought. That would have been intolerable. Alright, Superman, I won't stab you if you tell me what the new button is. Damn, I can't turn as quickly as I need to do this. Oh, jeez. I can't go faster either. Or jump. Oh my god. No. There we go. Dang it. Yeah, I'm gonna fail miserably. 5 goals. Yeah, I'm not gonna get 2. Nope. Oh, jeez. Okay, I need to just stop trying that. That's just not working at all. Hey, Macromano. What's up? God. No. Well, I managed 2 goals. Less than half. You know what that is? That's an F. For failure.
You must focus. You have...
Alright, well, I need these 2 orbs, probably. Ah! No! Oh my gosh. I mean, if this is real hockey, I just beat the crap out of him. Nope. Hey! Damn it. So I think I figured it out. I need to be slower. Which sounds weird, but... like that. Yeah, I need to be slower. That's all it is. I was trying to go too fast, and it simply wouldn't work.
Well done. Have this.
Thank you.
Would you like to try a game of one-on-one?
Sure.
The first to score 5 goals wins. You are shooting at the red goal. Off you go.
Okay, I already don't like this. Yeah, that's what I really need in my life, is Fortnite in my veins. Just directly. Excuse me. Need this. Here, excuse me. Where's the puck? Where's the puck? Oh, there it is. Excuse me. God, okay. So this really is hockey now. Oh, now what, Sonic? I probably don't even want to know, honestly. Every time I hear the words outrage, I just roll my eyes so hard my head goes... They go inside my head and then back out the other end. Did you hear the outrage about people insisting that water exists? Wait, water exists? That can't be true! That's an outrage! Oh, you can hit back. Well, I have flame breath, so, you know. Well, that is incredibly dumb, Sonic Doctor. As usual.
Well done. Have this. If you stare at it long enough, you might not see anything.
Confirmed. Video games cause blindness. See, I don't know what I'm gonna need orbs for, but I got some. Help! Help! There we go. Okay. I'm safe. I'm safe. Alright. That's true. Breathing is 100% confirmed to cause death. Think about it.
Even though I'm a vegetarian, I think you should torch that Yeti. He's pretty tough, though. In fact, I'm not sure you're up to it.
Okay. That was pretty tough.
I thought the Yeti was tougher than that. I guess he was all bark. Ruff, ruff. Anyway, I was just guarding our sacred talisman to make sure the Yeti didn't eat it.
I was gonna say, isn't Spyro a dog? Poor Spyro.
Ooh. Hmm.
Ooh.
Oh.
Apparently, Superman. Holy crap. Yes, the student has definitely surpassed the master. We did that world, we did that world. Whoops, wrong button. I guess we're going up now. Do I have to? Hang on, hang on. Since nobody's linking Dream Whisperer, I will link Dream Whisperer, the document. There you go, Dream Whisperer. Whoops. Pay attention more. One moment. Yeah, sorry, I got an aggro there. It was a delivery at the door. Alright. How was I doing? Oh, yeah. I was stabbing the first person who doubted me. Is this it? I guess this is it. Oh, I'm totally wrong. I can't make that. Well, I actually have a time travel machine, which I use only to get games that haven't come out yet, because what other better use could you have for a time travel machine? Anyways. I mean, I'm pretty sure a narcoleptic toad could defeat their argument, Sonic Doctor, but whatever. I'm glad. Alright, whatever. Down we go. Ah! Oh god, this is weird to control. The very first thing I do after taking over the world? Take a nap. I'm kidding. The first task I would set for myself would probably be resolving everything with basically the environment, specifically air, water, and soil.
You're well on your way, Spyro. Keep collecting talismans to help us defeat Ripto before he can take over Avalar. Oh, and keep collecting those orbs, too. The professor thinks they will help you get back to the Dragon World.
See you around next time. Hey, the beach! We're finally gonna make it to the beach, guys. And to a hurricane, apparently. That sounds a lot less fun.
I saw something shiny at the top of this wall. You could probably get it, but you'll have to learn how to climb first.
Damn it.
Are you enjoying the active camera mode? If you don't like it, I can set it back to the passive mode. Okay, I won't change it. Remember, you can change the camera mode yourself by using the options menu.
Okay. Dun 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 dun. Oh, sorry. Alright, let's go do these worlds. Let's start with the hurricane. That sounds like a good idea to me. It's the Tick! A substantially smaller version. Poor the Tick. Jeez, that's some reach.
We've always had trouble with the gear grinders, but now they've set up force fields to separate us. If you find diodes, you can use them to turn off the force fields.
Also, just to get this out of the way, spoon!
There's a diode around here somewhere, but my eyesight isn't what it used to be.
Do you have eyes? I'm not sure that you do, sir. I mean, I wouldn't be able to know anyways, Easel, if I'm being honest. Death to technology! There, I mean, I'm a dragon. I'm probably pretty anti-tech. What was different about it, Hazardous? Or you mean just it's Mario 64 and you liked it? In which case, that's fine. Or is it? Secretly, the only reason you like it is because of nostalgia. That's the only reason anyone likes anything. Right? I feel like I've heard that argument at least once. Or twice. One of these days I should look up what idiot said that the only reason that adults play video games... It was a developer who said this. The only reason adults play video games is to remember how they enjoy them as a kid, because only kids actually enjoy video games. I know that's kind of low-hanging fruit, but it's always amused me so much. How is it physically possible to be that far off the mark? I mean, I'm an idiot, and I'm still pretty sure that I'm not that stupid. See you around, Chris Vilkir. Hope to see you soon. Yeah, I was actually just thinking that, honestly. Whoops. Do it, Solok. Give in! With each passing moment, you give yourself over to the nostalgic side of the Force. Oh yeah, that's another one. John Carmack's anti-story in video games comments. That's another moron. I mean, don't mistake me, Carmack knows his stuff when it comes to game design, I think. But he's kind of an idiot. Honestly, I've actually been enjoying the sound design of this one a lot better than the first one. I mean, the first one didn't have bad sound design, but I kind of like where they're going with this one. I also have to admit, I like how each level isn't exactly the same thing. Have you noticed that? I suppose I should clarify that a little bit. In the first game, every level was gems, dragons. Gems, dragons, gems, dragons, gems, dragons. And you're just kind of going down the corridor, so to speak, right? This isn't. Like, there's just been a few little variances in each level, but they've been helping to make it less Gems Dragons-y. Excellent, Gord. Thank you. That's a good way to put that. I like that, Leander. Well, yeah, of course. It's not the most perfect score ever, Easel. Therefore, it is gutter trash. You egg-sucking piece of gutter no, seriously, I don't get why people are like that. Apparently being above average is a bad score. Who knew? But yeah, no, I like the variance here. I'm not sure it's worth a positive in its own right, but it's a definite step up from the first game. Depends on how they keep doing the gimmicks going forward. I do like the theme park analogy.
Thank you, Spyro. You've deactivated all of the electric barriers. We've been guarding this talisman from the gear grinders. Please, take it as a reward.
Okay. If I have to, I guess. Oh, I know, Seth. And whatever. Ah, there it is. Ooh. Oh no, yeah, the level design is completely different. The structure of it is different. I made the comment that the first game felt a little bit like a corridor. Not in a literal sense, obviously, but in the sense that it felt like you were basically being directed down a narrow path in order to get stuff, with the occasional, very minor branch in order to procure something else on the side, right? This feels a lot more better.
Spyro, do you see that big building over there? The gear grinders are using it to steal our electricity. Please help us by shutting down the machinery inside.
That being said, like I said, I kind of want to wait and see if with a bit of it, but this does feel a lot like the Mega Man 2 effect, which I need to codify at some point. Or do I have another terminology for that? I mean, Lord knows I use that as an example all the time. You know what 2 does a lot better than 1? The getting to better at design effect. I mean, yeah, that's kind of what it is. Oh, I see. I need to go over here.
Spyro, you have done well so far. You could have this little trinket for good luck. If you have any questions about shutting down the factory, just ask me.
Cool.
The next glides get tricky. You'll have to use your hover maneuver to make them. Press the action button during a glide to hover and get extra height. Remember to press the action button when you're very close to the windmill, or you won't make it.
Difficulty 5. What? And that's why. Because I literally hit the wrong button. Hey look, a shortcut back where I just was. What in the world? Yeah, okay. Now what? I will never stop rushing. Never. Aw. Too early. Okay, now I'll never stop rushing. What? It... Okay, that was strange. Here, have this garbage I haven't gotten a chance to throw away yet. Where am I going? Over there? Looks like over there. Okay. Waiting is for suckers. What does that mean, by the way? Skill point acquired. It said that in the first game, too. Hi, Colgrim.
Spyro, help! The switch to turn off the gear grinder factory is in that room, but, it's awfully noisy in there.
That is truly the greatest threat ever faced by mankind ever. Noise.
Thanks for shutting down the factory. Here, I found this stuck between the gears. You can have it if you want.
Whoop! Wrong button. Oh no! I'm water soluble again! I plead the fifth, James Hogan. Whoops. Okay. Right, so anyways, you mentioned cosmetic cheats. How do you do cosmetic cheats? I wanted to show those off. So I was just about to say I could do this when they're moving, and it's difficult. Apparently I can't do this when they're just sitting there. You know, whatever, I don't even want to go this way. I am on an SSD that I installed into my PS4 Pro. Because I shouldn't have to explain why I felt the need to put an SSD into my PS4 Pro. Let's do it. Cheats. Cheats. Okay. I am now maximum 90s. All right. And here it says. Do they have eyes? Thronebreaker. Is that the Witcher one? Yeah, I think it is. In that case, no. Because there's Kingmaker and there's Thronebreaker. So I have not played Thronebreaker, no. Oh, dude, we should totally make... How do we make Spyro's wings bigger? No! Ah, worst game ever. 15 negatives for non-giant wings. His wings are already tiny. I love their eyes already. Pretty sure I did, Atlanteon, yes. Oh god, this is the Ninja Turtles level. Radical!
Hi, Spyro. It's a good thing you're here. If you can help shepherd those baby turtles over there to safety, I'd be mighty grateful.
Go that way. Go that way. Go that way. Go that way. Nah. Nah. Go that way. Go that way. Die! Die, you stupid... Okay, how do I make them go this way? Oh. Oh. Okay. I was hungry, Superman Prime. What do you want from me? I've actually never had turtle. I wonder what it tastes like. One of these days, I'd still need to eat orangutan. Sounds terrible to me, Mihawk. Yeah, I've been looking for him lately, Light. I don't know what's up with it. I mean, he's such a 90s dude kid. He just don't give a damn. Gosh darn. He thinks me and my shades can go to heck. Sorry. I'm done. I'm done.
water workers have captured most of our baby turtles, and the boxes they put them in are incredibly strong. With a more powerful flame attack, maybe you could break open the boxes and release them.
Listen, Geralt stealing my shades, that was okay, because it's Geralt. Spyro, though, we're gonna have some words. Besides, Geralt gave them back, because he's cool. Is true, Superman Prime. Fine. What in the world? Glide! He does not want to glide. There we go. Sheesh, that was weird. Oh, whatever. Give me life. Die! Oh, I mean, live. Live. I like turtles, I think. I mean, they're pretty cute. Although, I do have a lifetime career of stomping on turtles. So... Oh, no, you don't. Keep going. Okay, speaking of which... I don't think I'd go for Goomba Gumbo, though. I'm not much of a mushroom person. Like, I do like mushrooms, but more as an accoutrement, not as a main. Oh. And now they're trapped there forever. Yeah, I heard about that, Shaluda.
The water workers have captured most of our baby turtles.
Hey, Niscosta. What's up? I admittedly wouldn't know about that personally, but I hope you're at least managing. There it is. Well, I'm glad you're liking TNG. Lord knows I do. Maybe a bit too much.
Hello, young one. There's a chef up at the top of this ladder who wants to make soup out of our turtles.
Ooh.
You could climb up there and stop him?
But I really want turtle soup. I'm so hungry. I haven't eaten in the last 2 games. Dragon's gotta eat, you know? That's right, that's coming up in Season 4, isn't it? That... I'm probably gonna get some flack for that one. Oh, it's Season 5? My bad. Well, thank you, Dream Whisperer.
Thank you, young dragon. The baby turtles will be safe up here. Please take this talisman as a token of our gratitude.
Okay, I guess. So, I'm going to be cutting off a bit early today, guys. Not that I really want to, but I'm kind of in a weird situation. Basically, I don't have any prepared food right now. And I don't really have time to cook. So my options are, like, you know, have an emergency thing for lunch, and then cook tonight when I don't really have time to cook either. Or go ahead and just cook for lunch, and then have that for lunch, but that involves cutting off early. So that's what I'm doing. Sorry. Please don't hate me. I know, it's horrible that I still need food. One of these days I'm going to fix that problem. Yes, I am having turtle soup. No, I'm having chicken and a bunch of other random stuff I'm throwing together. I don't remember how to get back from here. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of sleeping, too. Just kinda... Oh, right. I should probably do that. Aha! It's over here. Somewhere. Hello? What the hell, game? There we go. So you said there was one by a big turtle, but I have no idea what you're talking about, unless you mean going back underwater that way, which I don't know if I can make that. I do like how he looks when he's got the flame power up, though. Whoop. Wrong button there. You got plenty of time. Oh god, I'm not gonna make it in time. Oh, that... Did you see that? Oh god, that actually pisses me off. Ugh. Had it lined up, made it in time. Frickin' starfish is like, I love you! Ah! God damn starfish. I have not heard of that, no, Roaring. Sorry. Yeah, it's not what I was trying to do. Okay, I'm not gonna make it. I'm trying to hurry and I'm going slower. That's just how that works, right? Yep, that's just how that works. Yeah, like that is just, ugh, really hard to control. No. There you go. There. Alright, where's the last one? You said it was back. You said it was back. So we gotta do basically the same thing we just did in the opposite direction. There it is.
Most impressive. Please take this sacred thingamajig as a token of our everlasting gratitude.
You really are giving me just the junk from your used garage sale, aren't you? Jackasses. When I become a giant dragon, I'm so coming back and burning all of this to the ground. Maybe eating you all. Told you I'm hungry. Now let's see the outro. Why does the poking have to be a part of that equation? He could just do it. You don't need to abuse the poor guy. Okay. Is that it? That is it. Yep. Alright, well, as promised, I'm gonna do that cooking, eating thing. So I will see you guys in a closer to 2 hours. I don't know how long this is gonna take me, but whatever. I'll be back within 2 hours. See you around, guys.